So, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Please switch on your camera so that session will be interactive. Okay. If possible, you can switch on your camera. Till then, I'll just introduce StuIntern Technology Private Limited. Okay. Then we will start with our today's masterclass. So, StuIntern Technology Private Limited has a successful track record in the field of academia, research, training, recruitment, and job assistance. Since its inception in 2018, we also offer training and internships for all levels of professional world. It starts from plus two level to a seasoned professional. We in StuIntern Technology emphasize academic and research development as no civilization can survive without education and can't progress without research. So we work with each applicant to prepare them for employment ready. StuIntern Technology bridges the gap between employer and employee via industry product specific selection and pre-employment training. Just for a quick look, I'm just sharing my screen and show you all the unique services which StuIntern family holds. Give me a second. So as StuIntern Technology, we have different services. If I say learning and for learning and teaching platform, we have Prayuk.com. For internship and training program, we have StuIntern.com. For professional resume builder, we have ResumeOcean.com. For job portal, like searching job nearby your location or any location, we have Navrojan.com. For education, we have Vidyapan, like searching universities, schools nearby your location. We have Vidyapan.com. For psychometric test, we have Sadaksha.com. And for research, we have Anushram.com. So our today's masterclass trainer is Anjali ma'am. So ma'am, please continue from here.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone are doing good. My name is Anjali and I'm from this state Karnataka. My city is Hubli. So today I'll be, taking one of your master session, that is the master class. So let's begin, guys. Everybody are in, right? Shall I start? Guys, I think that you'll have to be more interactive in this session so that, I'll be, much more to address you all. I'll be much more happy. At least react, guys. Okay. That is the thumbs up or this type of, emojis and all y'all can just share. Or if y'all are having any doubts, y'all can just, type it in the chat box or anything if you want me to stop somewhere and all. So is my screen visible to y'all?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah, thank you. So today, one of the topic which I'm going to explain to you all is about the current affairs in EXIM. So EXIM is the term. EX means exports and IM means import. So today I'm going to explain you all one of the current affairs of India to the different in their import and export markets. So let's start, guys. First thing is, let me tell you about the Indian affairs in export and import. First, let me start with the introduction. So, I'm going to explain to you all one of the current affair, that is the India and the free trade agreement. So, it is called as the FTAs. F stands for free, T is trade, and A is agreements. So, FTA agreement is being done by the Indian government to the various countries. So one of the case study I'm going to explain to you all is India FTAs, that is the free trade agreement with Australian government. So I'm going to explain to you all first about the introduction about the FTA and what are the impact of FTAs on the Indian exports, impact of FTAs on the Indian imports, and what are the challenges faced after the FTA agreement was being done, and what are the goals and what are the future strategies of the Indian government towards the FTA. And also I'm going to explain to you all one of the case study of the Indian FTA with the Australian, with the Australian country. And later, last comes the conclusion. And in conclusion, after that, you all can ask me the questions that will be, I'll be addressing you all one by one. So, yeah, till here it is fine, right? Am I clear? And till here everything everybody got right? I need the reactions, guys, so that it will be more interactive. If you all will be interactive, then I think the session would be much, good for me also and for you all also. So let's start. First is about, let me introduce to you all what is FTA agreement. So FTA is the free trade agreement. This was being dealt between different countries by India. Okay, we have to trade. While trading earlier, there was, various taxes to be paid, that is the custom duties and other goods tax, GST, everything was being paid. So now, which Indian government from 2023, they came up to an agreement with different countries, that is the free trade agreements. So it is deal between different countries, including overall the world, that is the globe, and the trade with each other. This agreement was being made so that the trading with one country to from India to other country, to make it easier. It might be either import or it might be export. In both the terms, to make it easier, free trade agreement was being made, was came into an existing. So these agreement help to reduce and to remove the extra cost, like for example, for some of the goods or the commodities, the FTA agreements reduces the the tax, or it is free for some of the commodities. This agreement was being signed between various countries, and the agreement was being made by the Indian government. So this helps to remove the extra cost, like the taxes on the import or the export goods, and make the goods much more cheaper. If the tax will not be there, then obviously in that particular country, the product price will also be into a less price or in a cheaper price, so that it will be easy for more of the customer to purchase that Indian product and also make business with that particular product. So this is all about the free trade agreement. In this free trade agreement, what are the benefits? First thing, that is simplifies the trade. Second comes boosting the economy. Third comes the strengthening the relationship and the challenges faced in the FTAs. First, let me explain to you all about simplifying the trade. I hope everybody is getting, guys. I need some thumbs up and all, so that it will be acknowledged for me all as well. Yeah. Thank you. Nafizul, I can see only one hand. You have some doubt, or a hand you have been raised. You have some doubt, or what it is? Shall I continue? Guys, I need some interactions from your end as well, so that it'll be, it motivates for me also. At least one thumbs up would be, or some like, or heart, or something in this manner. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, guys. Yeah, let me tell you about the free trade agreement, as I said you, and how to what comes under free trade, that is the simplifying the trade. Let me explain to you all what is simplifying the trade. Why this agreement, that is the free trade agreement, is made to simplify the trade. That is one particular commodity from India to export to other countries. That is, for example, I would like to tell you all, if I am an exporter, if I am a businessman, who I'm exporting one of the jewels. For example, I'm exporting to Australian market one of the jewelries, that is the pearls, which is highly demand in India, and we have many pearls manufacturers also in India. If I am a businessman, and if I'm an exporter, I want to export the jewelry, that is the pearl jewelry, to the Australian market. So after coming into the free trade agreement, what benefits I'm getting? First thing is, I'm simplifying the trade. That is, the cost of that, after signing up to the FTA, the cost of that particular if the tax is being removed, or the tax is being less paid in a very less amount, which gives me opportunity to sell my product to Australian government in a huge way, so that I can have the product cost value decreases in their particular market, and many customers can also purchase that product, that is the jewelry, as I said y'all. So this is known as simplifying the trade. That is, the simplifying the trade is that after entering into the free trade agreement, it lowers or removes the taxes of that good traded between the two countries. That, as I gave you all the example of Australia. So between two countries, the tax will be removed or it is being paid less. It depends upon the products, and it also makes the product cheaper and also increase the variety of availability of that particular product. Second comes the boosting of economy. How the economy is being boosting of economy is like increase the growth of that economy. How the economy of India has been grown, that is by continuous trading. After entering into the free trade agreement, we get many buyers from other different countries, and our Indian products will come into demand, and they purchase our product. So when our Indian product is being highly demanded in in other countries, other worldwide, when our products are being in huge demand, then our economic growth will be increased. So we will grow much faster, much healthier in terms of the economic growth. So this is about the benefits about the free trade agreement. Also, I said y'all how and it also, while having good relationship with in import and export markets, we can also strengthen the relationship. Like, once when the free trade agreement is done, the taxes of that particular commodity will be less, or it will be reduced, or it may, for some commodity, we don't have taxes to be paid for after entering into that free trade agreement. So in this case, the import and export between two countries, India and another country, we can increase, we can improve our relationship. Our The relationship between the two states, sorry, the two countries will be much more stronger by this entering into this FTA agreement. And it also makes Indian government with other countries to be more stronger, and economically connections will also be good with other countries. So there are benefits of this free trade agreement. So let me tell you all also, with the benefits, we can also have challenges, right? So in this challenge, what might be the challenge first, and might be we can export our goods, and we can also import the goods. If there are free trade agreement, we are getting good products from other countries. For example, UK, I'm getting some good company. For example, in China, the electronic products have been much more cheaper than compared manufacturing in India. So many people try to import the products from the China company. So there, the electronic products and all, it affects the Indian market, the local vendors. Their business will shut down, and because many people will be purchasing the product from the outsiders, that is from China, the electronic products. I'm giving just an example, guys. If we get some lesser price and better in the cheaper way, so Indian market for the electronics will be, mostly they will consume from China itself by the import, if the duties are being less as they enter into the free trade agreement. So in this way, there are challenges as well. There are profits as well after this free trade agreement. So this is all about the introduction. So I hope till here everybody is almost clear. So I need thumbs up and all, guys. So please, it'll be more interactive and all, right? So yeah, Vishnu, yeah, thank you. Fine, let's move to the next part, that is the impact of the FTAs on the Indian exports. So what might be the impact of FTAs with Indian exports? First, let me tell you all, with the FTAs with the uh, Australia and Indian exporters, especially in the textiles and the gems and the jewelry, can sell their products more competitively in the Australian market. As I said, y'all, India is a culture land, wherein in each state we have different culture, different jewelries, different gems, and everything, and number of things we have. So our products, when we export to the Australian market, it will be more demanded in that particular country, that is the Australian country. After if entering to that FTA, that is the free trade agreement, here the cost of that particular commodity will be reduced, or they have to pay very low cost or the tax free trade will be there. So in this way, the product price will also be decreased in that Australian market. So this is one of the export impact. And talking about the FTAs with the UAE, that is it also opens with the opportunity of the Indian exporters, for example, the machineries, textiles, and the agriculture products. For example, we can, export the raw materials as well of the agriculture products, or it might be the machinery parts or any textile products. So this we can export to the UAE country as well after entering to the FTAs, so that our value, our goods can be, much more demanded in their particular country wherein they are need of those products. And next comes about so these type of agreements which help the Indian businessmen to grow, access new markets and the customers. That is, our Indian businessmen can grow their business by getting more consumers from the different countries, and our products will be more highly demanded in other countries. So this is one of the impact of the exporters. Once when we export the products, after exporting the goods from India to other countries, we can also create more job opportunities in Indian in Indian country. So here, in India country, we'll be having many jobs available, so that many people are will be they can improve their standard of living, and also they can enter into a good lifestyle, which also leads into an economic growth as well. So this is also an impact of the FTA, as the free trade agreement is being done. So let me also tell you all also what are the impacts of this FTAs as well. I have a few more things to tell you all. So the free trade agreement will make it much more cheaper that our products, Indian products, to the foreign market. They'll in that foreign market, the product value will be much more cheaper, and it will be more easier for the Indian export to import the goods as well. To export the goods. So in this manner, we have to enter into this free trade agreement for particular product to reduce the cost of the particular commodity, or the product which they are want to sell into the foreign market, where the foreign market is much more demanded. For example, we have the spices of Indian spices are much more demanded in the different foreign countries as well. So we can export that also by entering into the free trade agreement as well, so that our spices will be much more demand in their states and all. So and also I've given few of the examples, that is the spices, rice, rice grains, java, these type many items we are being grown in India at the low cost. We can export them by entering into the FTAs. So this is one of the impact of the exports as well. So let me explain you all once again in depth on the same. That is, we also, I would like to add some of the points in the impact of the FTAs in Indian exports. So, after entering into the free trade agreement, it helps the Indian products to boost in, boost their products, or by reducing the taxes and the trade barriers. Like, the trade barriers between two countries may also be reduced. Like, we are selling our products to them with free trade agreement. Once when it is signed at a lower price, we are paying them, and this also reduces the trade barriers as well. And it also easily, and it makes the product to be much more easy and much more cheaper compared to their foreign currencies as well. And also it increase the demand of that particular product. The Indian product is much more demanded in the foreign countries. For example, I said you all Australia, the pearls or the jewelries which are highly demanded, once when the price of that commodity will be reduced in in their country, the demand for Indian products will increase. And also it leads to the economic growth, as I said y'all, and it also creates the job creation is also been done, because many items from India have been exported to different countries, but it is naturally that jobs also might be create and also increase the economic growth as well. And also I would like to tell you all, however, the free trade agreement also being more and more competitive for the foreign products as well. So it is also one of the challenges also may come in this agreement of the export, wherein other countries also may come out with the same product at much more cheaper competitive price in that, and they may also come up into the different agreements as well. So this is one of the challenges which in India may face after entering into FTAs. And also I would like to tell you all, to balance this this FTA, that is to balance the to not being affected by the Indian market, wherein our demand must not go low. So the government must make the rules in such a way that it may not affect the the Indian domestic markets as well. So to they have to be more benefit for the foreign markets. Indian products should be more benefited to the foreign market. So to keeping in mind that this challenge, this should not affect the Indian market, the Indian domestic market as well. So as a challenge, we have to taken care into that, and according to that the FTA has been made. So, and this is about the impact of the FTA of the export products. So till here, I hope guys, am I going with the correct flow? Is everybody understanding? I need some reactions again now, so that I can just move further. Yeah, I'm getting few. Yeah, I need some of you all again, few more, then so that again I can continue. I need some reactions, guys. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let me continue, guys. Next, talking about the impact of the FTAs on the Indian export. As I said, y'all, export we just spoke, and now it is import. Import is nothing but we are buying the foreign goods for our consumption, for the Indian products. For example, as I said, y'all, China, it is good in the electronic, preparing the electronic products at a very less price, or a very low price, or a competitive price, wherein we can, purchase the China electric products from India, that is import their products and make the utilize of that, or modify it and make it in a better way. And for our own consumption, the parts or the materials from the other countries or from the China, I'm just giving you all an example. We can, import the products from from the other countries. This is known as import. Import means we are purchasing the foreign products for our consumption, for the Indian consumption, for or to make a business in India. So what all the impacts do we find in FTAs on the Indian imports are? Like the FTAs also make it easier and cheaper for India to import goods from these countries. For example, we can buy cheaper parts from the foreign countries. Example I gave you all as an electronic one. I can buy some the parts from the various countries, assemble them in India, and make a sell for a better price. For example, I would like to tell you all, phone, any good feature phone, in that the different parts I can purchase from various, I can import them from the various countries, I can assemble them in India and resell it, and I can sell them and make a business in Indian market itself, if I'm getting the cheaper products from India. Once when they enter into the FTA, that is importing the goods also, even the product of that particular commodity will decrease, because there is no tax on that particular product, or there is very less minimal amount of tax in that particular product. In this, according to this, if we sign into this FTA, the importing goods will also be reduced, the cost of that particular product will be reduced. For example, I would like to tell you all, India can import the high quality raw material and machinery from the Australia at the lower cost. Example it is, guys, we can purchase any Australian products which are at the cheaper price, and it is demand in Indian market. We can purchase them at the lower price and assemble them, or sell them in, modify them and sell them. So this helps the Indian industry to improve their production and lower their cost. It also, we are getting the ready-made products. For example, it might be any electronic vehicles as well. We can take parts from different countries. We can import the parts from various countries, and we can assemble there, and from here we can make that, prepare that, manufacture that product, assemble that product, and then sell it in our Indian market, which is at the highly demanded one. So it is just an example which I gave you all, the China and the other states. And also I would like to explain to you all the different impacts of imports. Just a moment, guys. Yeah. And also there are few more examples which I would like to explain you all. That is, what are the impacts of the FTAs in imports. As I said, you all, once when they enter into the free trade agreement, it makes the price of that commodity or the product cheaper and easier for the, and easily available for the Indian, the importers who are buying the product. For them, in a very easy way they will get it, and at a very minimal price. So from the various countries, so this reduces the taxes, it reduces the trade barriers as well, and also create a good connection with different countries. So consuming the different, that is the customers who are in a great wide variety of demands in that particular product, they are getting the product at the lower price from the other countries. So once when the product is imported, we are getting at the lower price. So however, it means that the local businessman can have much more competition. For example, if one businessman is getting the parts at the lower price from from example from China, if he's getting at the lower price, so the in India, we it is natural that many other businessmen also want to make money, and seeing to him, he may copy that particular product, and even he'll start importing that product, and manufacturing here, and assembling here, and then make a business in India is itself. So there might be many competitions built in India as well, once when they are getting the cheaper price from the other country as well. So this may also affect the Indian, there might be many businessmen have been come up with this. And from 1 2 3 4, these type of business competition will be it will start after entering to this, because as the trade, the cost, the free trade agreement is there, the taxes will be less. And also it may while importing these type of products, the Indian economy is, while entering into the free trade agreement, it reduces the taxes on the import goods, making the goods from making the goods from the other countries, buying them at a cheaper price, and making available at the Indian customers. And however, it will increase the tough, and it will make tough for the local businesses, and they also have to struggle to compete with the different foreign, that is compete among themselves. And this is about the impact of the Indian import. So once when we import the goods from the various countries, it creates also, many businessmen also may come up with the same producing that same particular product, and they also may sell it to the Indian market, to the Indian customers itself. So this creates competition among themselves itself. And so this is also one of the impact of the FTAs with Indian imports while importing the products. So till here, am I clear, guys? I again need your thumbs up or this type of reaction, so that it will be easier for me to understand that y'all are getting my point, or it has not been bored to y'all, or only I'm speaking like this. Yeah, thank you guys for your reactions. I need few more. Yeah, I just need one or two, guys. I please request you all, if I'm in a good flow and you all are liking it. So I need, yeah, thank you. Yeah, just one or two again likes, guys, so that it'll motivate me to move further. Yeah, I'm happy to address you all. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks, Gaurav. Thank you, Sheena. Yeah, let me move. Yeah, the next challenges after coming up to Indian government with the FTAs, that is the free trade agreement, has been done. There might be the positive and negative sides as well. Whatever we do or whatever we come up into something, there are positive and the negatives, both challenges and benefits we do have in every part, or in every situation, or in everything. Talking about the challenges of FTA. First is, while the FTA, once the agreement has been made, so there are many benefits and there are also challenges. Every agreement or anything, it might be, it has positive and the negative sides. Do you all agree, guys? I want again the reactions. I hope, am I clear with y'all? One, two, or three reactions, guys, so that it'll motivate me as well. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sheena. Yeah, yes, coin has two side, correct. So everywhere, when we go and all, right, whatever we do, we have benefits, we have challenges. Same way in FTAs as well. We are talking, we before this we spoke about the benefits of that. We are getting them the products for the cheaper price. We can resell it in the Indian market, and the foreign goods, or the foreign, for example, as I said you, the foreign beauty products, they are highly demanded in Indian market. So once they enter into the FTA, free tax agreement as well, they will be having the tax, for the beauty products will be less, and the demand for that foreign cosmetic product will be high. So we can also have challenges as well. So I would like to tell you all, these are the positive signs, and also we have challenges to be faced. So the challenges, one by one, I'm going to tell you all. First is, the domestic industry can face the increased competition from the imported goods, which could impact the local businesses. For example, I would like to tell you all, if I am only importing, or if the free trade is there, in this, it affects the domestic industry as well. For example, in India, I'm having an rice mill. For example, I'm selling rice from past 10 years, and suddenly this FTA came, and my consumption, which I'm selling it only to the Indian market. Once when I get to know that my rice is basmati rice is, example I'm giving you, my basmati rice is more highly demanded in Australian market, then I stops will move to only export way. Like, I'm only exporting the rice, and here the price of that particular basmati rice will be into, or will go high, so that I'm getting good amount, I want to make money, so I'll be focusing only on exporting. And it's also impact on the import as well. For example, I would like to tell you all, like, we are only importing things, we are not exporting anything. So I'm getting the cheaper price from China, I'm buying it from there. I'm getting cheaper price from Australia, I'm purchasing it from there. So in this way, the Indian market, that is the existing Indian industry, will also come into a downfall, because they are getting already a ready-made competitive price with the foreign markets as well. So they are ready-madely purchasing those products which are which are they want from the foreign demands. Like, the foreign products I'm using, just to show this all, it affects the local business vendors, businessmen, as it as self. And also, talking about the next, the government needs to balance these agreements to protect the local industry while promoting the international trade. So the government has to take care of this, or look into this, to avoid this type of challenges by affecting their own land with import and exports by the other countries. So they have to look into their local, their citizen businessman itself, so that they don't be in future trouble. So how to balance this? Balancing of trade is also nothing but, guys, balancing the trade is like we are balancing both import and export. So import, like, it is called as it is not balanced once when only we import. That is, only we are purchasing the foreign goods and we are not exporting anything. That is, we are not selling any Indian products to the foreign markets. In this time, it goes into the defect trade. That is, our trade will go into a negative line, that is called as so the government has to keep into the balance that this agreement does not affect the businessman of Indian businessmen. So this is about the challenge. I would like to tell you all, elaborate you all more. So before that, I just need some once again the thumbs up and all, so that I can continue. And I hope it is interactive session, guys, for you all. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for the message. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Prince. Thank you. Yeah, I'll continue, guys. Yeah, this actually motivates me. Like, if y'all will be interactive, right, then I can, it motivates me also. Like that, y'all are understanding, or y'all are, if I'm good to go with that. I hope this is not a boring session for y'all. Yeah. Yes, guys, we were talking about the challenges. Right. So I would like to elaborate much in this. The challenges with FTAs, with it also, has increased the competition. So it also has increased the compliance cost. It also has been the trade deficit. As I said, there'll be imbalance in the trade, and also uneven benefits also has been one of the challenges. So let me tell you all in brief about that. So while the FTAs have been benefited, they have also bring challenges as well. So as I said, y'all, first thing is the domestic industry have to face more competition. The competition level will be increased from the exported goods as well, which could impact the local businessman. Only importing the goods from other countries will, cause harmful to the local businessmen. So the government have to balance these agreement to protect their local industries as well, so that here the jobs, here the job who all are working in this industry, the raw materials, the supply chain people, everybody who are there, it will be disrupted. So to avoid this, the government has to balance this type of trade, so that it will not affect their own country. Then talking about how it also increase the competition as well. The local businessman will have many competition, they'll be having competition from the other, people are buying only the importing only the products from the foreign countries, and they're getting it at the cheaper price. So the or getting the products from the cheaper price, so it will affect the local business as well. And also the higher quality of, and the foreign products in Indian mentality is, the foreign products only will are the best. So in this type of mentality, it affects the Indian market as well. We say that, for example, the cosmetics from the foreign brand, we say, wow, it is such a good product, we don't find it in India. But this is also, it affects the Indian market if we have a certain less, if we enter into this FTAs. Then comes the compliance cost. When the small and the medium size enterprises, that is, the small businessmen to the medium size enterprises, industry people, they find it more expensive, and they find it more difficult to meet the international standards and their regulations. For example, the small businessmen with the foreign products, when they are manufacturing certain product and they're selling it in the India market itself, and they find it much more competitive compared to the international, to meet their standards, to meet their regulations and all. It will be very difficult for them to face this type of challenge to beat their cost of that commodity. Then comes about the trade deficit. As I said, your trade deficit is only thing, like, for example, India is only importing things, that is, they are only purchasing the foreign goods, they are not exporting, or their export level is much more less. For example, the products of Indian products are being exported to various countries is very less comparatively to the for example, if I am exporting 10 products and I'm purchasing importing 100 products, then it is a deficit, like it is a negative trade which I am doing, and it is in the losses for that particular country, that is for India. And the economic growth reduces. So to avoid this type of things, Indian government has to balance this type of trade as well. The export and import should be equally. And then comes the uneven benefit. Not only all the sectors or any region benefit equally, with some gain, some will gain more, some regions they might be having more gains, and while some others may face challenges. So it has to benefit all the regions, all the sectors all the sectors and all the regions. Indian government has to take care of this to avoid this type of this type of challenges in future. So till here, am I done? Am I clear, guys? I need some of the reactions as well now before moving to the next slide. Yeah, yeah, guys. Thank you. Still more reaction, guys. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you want me to repeat again? Yeah, sure, I'll repeat it. Yeah, fine. Challenges, as I said, y'all. Sorry. No, the challenges with FTAs. The challenges of FTAs is like once we are coming up into certain things. For example, as I said, any agreement we make, it has two ways. It has benefits, it has challenges. So benefits is like we can make use of that benefit. Challenges, we have to avoid it. So Indian government has to keep in mind that it should not affect the local market, the local business people, that is the Indian business people. So to avoid this challenge, they should not face into any challenges in future in a huge amount, and it should not be losses to the India. So in this way, the FTA, it has to keep it in mind so that it may not affect the Indian market or the Indian people. So I would like to explain you all once again. While the FTA agreement is done, the government has to look on to the benefits and also avoid the challenges or reduce the challenges. For example, it affects the domestic industry. Only if we are getting, for example, I'm getting one particular cosmetic from the foreign market, wherein Indian mentality is like the foreign products are the best one. So we try to import that that particular product, as we are getting that product in a very cheap price. As you know, the FTA for that cosmetic brand is very less. And if I'm purchasing that UK product, the foundation example I'm telling you all, if I apply it, as it is a foreign market, I feel that this is in much more demand as it came from the foreign country. So this is also one of the challenge. And here the Indian products, for example, the sugar and all, sugar brand or the Mama Earth, these type of brands, these type of businesses who are already existing in India market, and they are booming as well. Once when we get the foreign market at the cheaper price, and we tell that this particular product I brought it from foreign, or this is the foreign brand, and this Mama Earth or that sugar cosmetics, these type of business which are already grown, they will be affected with this agreement as well. So as we are so people try to get the products from the foreign, purchase the product from the foreign goods at the cheaper price, as there is no tax or the minimal tax has to be paid for that particular commodity. So this is one of the biggest challenge. Second is increase the competition, that is the local businessman may struggle against the cheaper or the higher quality compared to the foreign products. For example, if a foreign product, as I said, you foundation, when I'm purchasing it from it is a foreign brand, so the local businessmen who are already existing, they will have a great challenge to give a competition to that particular XYZ foundation. So this will also create a more competition or more challenging to the present who are already existing in the local market. Then comes about the compliance cost. That is the small and the medium sized enterprises who are there from a smaller, for example, very minimal, like, the cottage industries, or small scale industries. These type of industries may find it more expensive to beat to that international standards and their regulations, to meet their standards of the international brand, or anything it might be of that particular product. So the small size and the medium size of industries, they may find it much more difficult. Then comes at the trade deficit. What is trade deficit, guys? We have two terms, that is the trade surplus and we have trade deficit. Trade surplus comes when we are exporting, like, Indian goods are much more demanded in the foreign market. Everybody around the globe are highly demanded with the Indian products, and we are only exporting, we are majorly exporting rather than importing the products, rather than purchasing the products. So this goes up to the surplus, that is the trade surplus we call it as. Trade deficit we call one only we are purchasing the products, we are only taking the foreign products, we are not exporting, or we are exporting at a very minimal price. So in this case, the trade will go into a trade deficit, wherein the negative, the fall down of the economic growth is done. So this type of trading is known as trade deficit. Only we are purchasing the products, only we are taking the products, we are consuming the foreign goods rather than exporting our goods, are making our Indian products, exporting our products, making more valuable to those products. It might be any of the eatables things, it might be any pharmaceutical products, anything in any stream. If we are only importing only foreign goods rather than exporting, we go under the trade deficit, we downfall of the economic growth. Trade surplus is once when we are creating our own commodities of the Indian commodities, making more valuable to the foreign market, to the foreign people or the foreign countries. Our products are more valuable in their country. Here, the economic growth will be increased, and it is called as a trade surplus. So the challenge also comes here, it is the trade deficit. Might be we are while entering into this free trade agreement, we Indian might think that I'm getting the much more cheaper price of the foreign country, I'll purchase that, I'll only import that. So these will lead into the trade deficit, that is the downfall of the trade. Next comes as the uneven benefits. So talking about the uneven benefits, which includes not all the sectors or all the regions can benefit equally. Right, the northern side, they can benefit or they manufacture something else, for example tea, rice, etc. I'm just giving an example. So electronic items, machinery items, so these every region has different sectors to be come up to, nor so this may affect to the various regions as well. So it might also be in all the sectors or in all the regions where they cannot benefit equally. So some may gain more or some may gain less. So this is also one of the challenges which come into the FTAs. So am I clear till here, guys? I need your reactions, guys, so that it'll motivate me as well. And I hope I'm going where what is higher than export. Yes, trade deficit means when there is imbalance between import. Yes, imbalance when the import, trade deficit is import is higher than export. Correct. I hope this is clear. Yes, thank you, guys. Yeah, let me move to the next one. Next slide. This is called as the Indian strategies for the future FTAs. Like, in future, after creating or after this FTAs, what will be in future? So what are the strategies of, Indian FTAs for the future globally? How to increase it? How to make, the Indian economy much, we can increase it or benefit India. So these type of future strategies also are there. So one by one I would like to tell you all. First is the India India plans to continue negotiate with the FTAs with other countries and region, which includes the European Union and the United Kingdoms. So these India has already entered into the FTA with the European Union and as well as the UK. So these agreements aim for the further enhance the trade opportunities and strengthen the economic ties between these two countries. For example, if India has tied FTA with the European Union or European country, there the economic has been the politics or the economics strength has been done in a very strong way, or in a very good way. So that the their foreign products to India importing also will be a trade free, and exporting our products to the European country will also be trade free or at a minimal price, at a very less cost for certain commodities. So the focus will be on the sectors where India has a competitive advantage, such as the IT, pharmaceuticals, and the textiles. I would like to tell you all the pharmaceuticals. As India from the olden period of times, we are, like the for the production of the Ayurvedic products, like the ingredients which are being used in the pharmaceutical products. So most of the products or that particular commodity is grown in the trees or whatever, the plants, the herbs, whatever it has been grown into Indian in Indian land itself. So it is also will make us advantage for us to send the raw materials, export the raw materials to the foreign countries, and there they can produce any of the pharmaceutical tablets or anything. And again they can again import, India can also import that particular product or the pharmaceutical item. So this is the future the future strategy of FTAs. So till here, guys, I again need some reactions from your end. uh Still more, guys? Yeah, thank you, Tejas. Yeah, let's move further. As I said, y'all, the Indian strategies for the future FTAs, that is, it aims to secure better access to the global markets for the goods or the services. Focuses, yes, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, sorry for that, guys. I just, got one mess. Okay, fine. The Indian strategies, as I said, all the future strategies of the FTA, which aim to secure better access to the global market for its goods or services. If they focus on protecting their domestic industry while promoting the economic growth, and they can also create the job creation through balancing the trade agreements. So India aims to negotiate in future, that is the free trade agreement, that is the FTA, that enhance the market access for the goods and services, which also been a safeguard for the domestic industry. The strategy also focuses on securing the favorable terms that can promote the economic growth, create the job, and integrate the India's market more deeply into the global supply chains. So this is about the strategies, the future goals, that is our domestic products, our domestic the items or the products which are much highly demanded or much more grown or much more talented, or they can build they can produce good products, so that in foreign markets it is much more demanded. So the domestic industry have to make better products, so that it will be much more competitive, or it will be much more uh, you know um, demanded in the foreign markets. Additionally, the India seeks to balance these type of agreements to ensure that they get benefit to all the sectors in all the regions, and also in the international stages as well. Indian products are being much more demanded in the international, international sectors or the international countries. So they have to grow, or they have to have these type of products. Once when they enter into this FTAs as well, they'll be having a free trade agreement as well. The taxes for that particular commodity will be less, so that they can, build a good demand in the foreign countries. So this is about the Indian strategies for the future FTAs. Do we have any hands so here? Shall I continue with the next slide? I need some reactions, guys. We have almost came to an end. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sheena. Yeah, thank you. Yes, guys, I'll continue next. Some more reactions. That would be, yeah, thank you. Yeah. I hope till here everything is clear and everybody. Thank you so much, Nishant. I think that, I'm hoping that everybody are liking my session, and, everybody, at last we shall have a good interaction, guys, so that it'll, some of you who have not been clear with the, with the any of the topics or anything doubts, if you'll have, you all can ask me at the last. So let's move to the case study. Fine, guys. Yeah, thank you so much for this is, one of the motivation and support for me. So let's start with the case study. India's FTAs with Australia. So India's FTA with Australia was signed in 2023, and it was a great positive results for this particular agreement. So which was, the Indian textiles, that is, the companies, has been increased by 20% of the export to Australia within first year. Like for example, the Indian goods are highly demanded in Australian countries or in that Australian region. And with this, according to the reports, 20% of our Indian exports, what we are exporting to Australia, it has been 20% increased with the surplus of the trade. That this is called as a trade surplus, as I explained you earlier. So this is known, wherein, they have increased, the Australian, the region, they are liking this Indian textile. So these type, in India, text in the textile products, they are being much demanded in Australian market. So it has been a positive sign for the FTAs, and also has increased the trade of the export for 20% in only in just first year. And it is a great, what do you call, a great move or a positive sign for this FTA. Next comes as Australian wine and the wool products are now available at the lower price in India, which benefits the Indian customers and the businessmen. Nowadays, guys, as it has been a most trend going show, or nowadays everybody are, right from the teenagers and all, everybody are, wanting for the good drinks and all, to hangouts in the, weekends, and also they have been started with the wine and the wool. I'm so sorry that somebody is, pinning here. They are scratching the lines in the screen, I can see. So whoever is doing, please don't do that, guys. If you'll have any doubt, you all can write it in the, chat box. Okay, fine. I would like to, sorry for the interruption, guys. I would like to tell you all that that the Australian wine, which, the Australian wine which we consume, which is highly demanded in Indian market, and the wool products, that is, the woolens, any product that is, which is made out of the wool, we, consume lots of the products, like the Australian products. So their products is highly demanded in India. So we import their products. That is, we are purchasing the Australian products, and here it is highly demanded. as we are getting it in the cheaper price, because the tax, the FTA, that is the free trade agreement, that is the tax is very minimal, or it is not there, or it is at a very less cost. So the consumption of the wine and the wool products from the Australia, it has been highly demanded in India. So, and here it has been benefiting both the Indian customers and the businessmen as well, who are, importing that particular product and making a business out of it. So this is the case study of it. I would like to elaborate much more on this. So guys, I just once again, I just wanted to again know your thumbs up and all, so that I can move further. Yeah, guys, can I have few more? Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for your interaction. Yeah, thank you. I'll move further. Fine. As I said, you all, the case study, the import and export between Australia and India has been increased up to 20%, and there is a good relationship built for the trading. And as you know, their wine and their wool, which is high, which is they import us, and we import their particular Australian products, and our textile products are highly demanded in Australia. So here, however, we both, that is the India and Australia, has a good relationship in terms of the economy and the political, affairs as well. So let's talk more on it. So as as I said, you, the Indian free trade agreement, that is the FTAs with Australia, which aims to make the trade much more easier between two countries. Okay, not only the Australia, between two countries, India, and it might be UK, Europe, or UAE, or any country. This bond, once when they enter into FTA, even they will have that, our product might be, if there no taxes are there, or no duties are being paid, or the less taxes and duties are being paid, our product might be much more demanded in Indian, in Indian country or in Indian region. So these type of mindsets come into the other countries as well, and they start tying up with India, and they come up into trading with India with the FTAs as well. So this is one of also the benefits, and by reducing the taxes on the goods which they trade, both the nations will have, a good increase in the import and export as well. Then comes, due to this type of agreement, it helps the businessmen in India as well as in Australia to sell more products to each other at the lower cost. Like, we are purchasing the Australian products, that is the wine and the wool, etc., and our textile products, and some other businessmen also may come up into this, or by, modifying way or in a better way, for example, the textile products, they can also get it into a good products. So this is also one of the uh, good thing which they can do. And talking about overall, the FTAs strengthens the economy, and which opens, which opens the doors to n number of regions, wherein, they want their product which is highly demanded, or their any fruits, example, like, they are grown in other state or country, wherein they get at the cheaper price, they can import it in Indian government, in Indian market, like, they can export their product to India, and we can import their fruits, vegetables, etc., in our Indian market as well. So this increases, the relationship between two regions and all. Talking, this is all about, the case study. So next, let me talk about the conclusion part. So shall I continue with the conclusion one? Guys, I want some more reactions. Yes. Yeah, fine. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you so much. India, conclusion here, it is about both first thing is it has to be balanced. Like, the Indian the Indian market or the Indian businessman should not be affected, or the existing business people should not be affected by, only importing the particular products from other countries. And it should be in such a way that it should be profitable for the Indian economy. There should be growth in Indian economy. This is only intention of this FTA. That is, we can get better relationship with the other countries, and we can also, build good connections. We can also, explore with new products or the good technologies available from the other regions as well, so that we can adapt it and we can learn from them. So this is all about about the conclusion part. So let's read one by one. India's efforts to sign the new FTAs are a crucial part of its trade strategy. Next comes is these agreement help the Indian businesses access new market and make imports cheaper, boosting the economy. As I said you, once when we import the products, some of the products we may get at the cheaper price, so we purchase in we import that particular product from some XYZ country at the cheaper price, and will boost our economy. Like, we can also use this particular commodity for our domestic use, in Indian use, so that we can get at the lower price, so that we cannot struggle in preparing or making that particular commodity. So to reduce this also can be reduced. And also I would like to tell you all, however, it is essential to address the challenges and protect the local industry to ensure the balanced growth. So it is our duty, like, it is the government one, it has to make such an agreement so that if it will not affect the Indian market, or they have to come into the challenges of that particular they have to address the challenges. They have to make a list on what all challenges India may not may face, and to avoid this. So in this way, the agreement has been made, that is the FTAs. So this is all about my side, guys. Do you all have anything to tell? Anybody can, ask questions and all. I'm free to answer you all, and I'll be glad to answer you all. I just need one by one. Yes, guys. Please reply, and if somewhere, if you all want anything, something you all can ask, or this type, anybody, guys, please raise your hands or something, so that acknowledge it, guys, so that it will be, it can motivate me. Yeah, sure, I can send you. If once I get the permission, I'll definitely share you the PPT. Anything else, guys? I want you all to please react it. It'll be, as where I went wrong, or if I was good. Yeah, all good, thank you. Yeah, this session, internship training, you should ask your mentor. They will help you out with that. Yeah, thank you so much for telling it as a best session and a good session. In future, I'll come up with good topics, and with good, with good content as well, to, make you all much more interesting with the sessions as well.
Students, if you have any queries, you can ask. So all, how was the masterclass? Everyone? Am I audible, right?
Ma'am, they're messaging that they're asking, one person has asked when will be the next session.
So this is only the master class. After that, we'll definitely go with the classes. But this was only the master class. Okay. Students, please
Thank you
drop
so
your
much.
feedback. How is like how was the master class? How we like it?
Yeah,
Drop
thank
your
you,
feedback
guys.
in the recording, chat box. Okay. Awesome. Very good. Okay. What about others?